And that's it. That's GG, Red. Like you have all these pikemen and Scotties who have just infiltrated this area, and this is he's like, you know what? If the walls aren't working, you just build more of them, right? What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Age of Empires 2 multiplayer battle viewing, 1v1 this time, downscaling it a bit from a 4v4 that we had last time, down to a 1v1. This is Bichon Menton playing as the Goths this time. He normally goes Spanish, now he's going Goths, so that's interesting, against the red player, which is I don't know how to pronounce this. It's like he deliberately tried to make this name as hard to pronounce as possible. I guess I'm gonna call them Pick. I'm gonna call them Pick, or just say Vikings or Red. But I heard he's a tower rusher. In Discord chat, link is in the description below. But guys, if you want to share some of your saves for me to watch, I have much more fun watching people play this game than playing it. I can't stand this game for straight 40 minutes of sweaty gamer action. I cannot stand that at all. But usual early game things, they're both going out and scouting for sheep. Heli, who is Bichon Menton, has gotten that's like 5 sheeps. 5 ships, as he says. Whereas the Viking player has already built 2 houses. They both built 2 houses, and I noticed that Heli places them pretty far apart for whatever reason. And he's also going for a lumber camp right away. Same with Vikings. Yep, you want to get the lumber camp set up early, because one, you're gonna run out of wood because you built the houses, and 2, there's not a lot of stuff to manage at this point in the game in the Dark Age, so you might as well do whatever you can now, so you can just forget it, set it and forget it, and forget it for the rest of the match. Heli has about 10 villagers. Let me see. From doing this on the Viking player's side, he also has about 10 villagers, and he got the boar successfully. Almost lost a villager to the boar. Let's just go. Need more houses. Oh, he got housed. He has gotten housed, but I think he remedied that a bit. One reason I get frequently housed in this game is I'm used to Age of Empires 3, where it's 10 villagers a house, and he has already gotten yet another a boar. He's gotten 2 boars right up against his town center. Let me check on Heli. I'm not sure how many boars Heli managed to get. He got 1. But I don't see a... There's another... Oh, alright, there's a second one nearby that he has not claimed. I don't think he... Wait, no, has he seen it? Has he spot? I don't think he spotted it, no. He did not spot it. Alright. He's at 53 food currently. Yeah, he's going for a mad villager boom. 15 villagers already, 3 houses. Got a mill. Whereas the Goth player is already building a barracks. I'm not sure if they're on their way to the next stage. Nope, not yet. So it seems they're both going very villager heavy. Well, I don't know, because I play the Huns and I just go for the feudal age rush always. You can always trust me to be the first into feudal age. But in terms of score, though, Heli, Bishop Mountain is very, very far ahead, but I've learned to just not trust the score thing at all. Not even sure how it's calculated. And that is Heli, who has gotten the second boar. Pretty far from the mill though, and they have to walk around all the bushes here, so that's a bit inconvenient. And he's slowly advancing. Pick is slowly advancing to the next stage. Bishop Mountain has not started his advance to the feudal age. A lot of idle villagers here, Pick. And he's already building the wall. He's going, it seems he's going pretty defensive. He's going to use the houses to bridge a bit of the gap. Okay. Going for a mining camp. Going to get some gold. I have no idea if I'm getting mixed signals. He's going for walls, but also I think this is pretty early for a gold mine. And another lumber camp. Okay, I was thinking, you know, gold mine, because he's going to go for a bit of a military, an early rush. We'll see about that. We'll see how he decides to take this game. He's also Bishop Mountain also has a mining camp under construction. He's just started his advance to the feudal age. Got some pretty scattered houses. Building some farms around this town center. Red has not gone for any farms. Red has gone very, very lumber camp heavy, which is interesting. I want to see how he's going to follow through on that. Is he going to invest that much in walls and barriers? He's going to use the archery range to extend his wall. The disadvantage to, as I realized, it clicked last match I was watching, to using buildings as part of your wall, as it goes both ways. They can't cross and you can't cross at the same time. It's not like you can just plop down the gate there and go ahead. Pick has arrived in the feudal age. I mean, I know the buildings are different, but I didn't mention that earlier. Yeah, not a lot of villagers on food, but he doesn't seem to be recruiting any. He doesn't seem to be recruiting. Oh no, he is. Never mind. I thought he just decided to stop. He has the beginning of his own military with an archer. Don't see the barracks recruiting anything. Yeah, he's going for a very, very archer heavy. So, is this a raiding force or is this just part of his defense? Or maybe the tower rush is incoming. Maybe that's why. That's why he's going very wood heavy on his economy. Oh, I think I see what's going on. Might be the tower rush. Oh, and he's gonna have a lot of idle villagers here. That's really bad. That's really bad. Like I'm using the hotkey over here to. This is all just idle villagers. Nauseating, isn't it? And he's spam clicking farms right now. And maybe he went for the woods just to pilot on and then spam click on farms. But he might have overdone it. He has like 316 in the bank and counting. Maybe no, maybe this is the. There's probably some sort of mirage where I just keep on seeing the tower rush in the distance, but he doesn't actually do. He doesn't follow through on it. What? Heli has sent out a villager who has not only attracted one wolf, but 3 of them. And that's a villager gone. Heli, how is that even physically possible, getting this many wolves? I'm surprised they're not catching up. I think I think the wolves are blocking each other. That's interesting. There are so many wolves chasing and they're blocking each other. What on earth? Oh, okay, there's a, never mind. The raid is coming from Heli. He's sending in his spearmen before Red has a chance to finish off his walls. That you might have wanted to use that wood a bit earlier, but he's going for the we're going for a villager duel. Okay. we are going for the villager defense, and it seems to be working with one archer supporting. Meanwhile, Red has his advanced force of 4 archers and 4 villagers. I'm curious to see. No doubt Heli is aware that something might be coming his way. Yeah, Heli definitely knows something's on the way. Question is he gonna allow Red to do it? And Red is getting housed really badly. Is he going to counter attack decisively, or is he just just gonna give up ground? I'm guessing Red, maybe Red. I'm not sure about Red's micro. I'm not really gonna comment on their micro because I'm not good at micro, but maybe Red is too busy managing his other villagers, or just wants to get some more archers to the front. But or maybe this is just a scouting force, a makeshift scouting force. He's watching, he's covering this approach. Okay, he's sending his villagers away and his strike force away. Sadly, building up military. Got his 3 spearmen. Anything else? Nothing. And he's not walling himself. He is not doing anything to defensively. He's pretty much doing nothing. I guess he's depending on the economy boom, the farming boom. But Red seems to be competing pretty well in that regard. Alright, so the raid begins. Heli has 1 watchtower built up. But Red, I mean, the tower, they're all missing, most of them, but that's also preventing from stopping to fire. Got 1 man-at-arms, and we got a bunch of man-at-arms and spearmen. Heli realizes this guy's seems to be going for an archer-heavy build, so let's go for the man-at-arms instead. Yeah, this doesn't look like it was a pro. He should have. Yeah, it's different. It's different when I can see the whole map, but he had a golden opportunity before he recruited man-at-arms to just disrupt this entire economy, go around. That was a majorly missed opportunity. I don't know if it's gonna cost him the game, but here's a watchtower finally coming up. Nowhere near Bishamantan's base. Yeah, it feels so bad seeing that. You had the opportunity to do some serious economic damage. Like, there's so much you could have done to force these villagers to go into the town center and cost them precious time. But all that really did is cause Red to fall behind even further. He was catching up a bit, it seems. There now he's falling behind. Meanwhile, the Goths are responding with a counter attack of 5 men-at-arms. Pretty damn significant. And Red's response is to build another archery tower. He really seems to be going heavy on the archer play, but I don't know about... I still am not familiar with the factions and their bonuses. I don't know if Vikings get any bonuses to archers. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna end well. All of this is lost villager time. All of that was like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds of villagers just not doing anything. All the while, it seems like Heli is sending more units over. He reinforced a bit. Never mind. Archer defense is definitely working. It's magic. I'm gonna see. Okay, I'm viewing it from Red's perspective. So he has about 200 gold, a lot of wood, quite a lot of it. But yeah, wait, I'm assuming it's archers need. Yeah, archers. I forgot that. I'm pretty sure they need wood to recruit them. So it makes sense that he's. Yeah, it makes sense that he's going for this much wood gathering. What is Heli doing though? He's going for skirmishers. Anything else? Some men-at-arms. I'm not sure who won in that exchange, because I'm sure that Heli lost more resources overall in terms of the units that all died here. But at the same time, Red also had his economy disrupted for a brief period, so I'm not sure who won out in that exchange. But the more time goes on, the more Red is entrenching themselves, and the only issue is that it's not a big part of the map. Like he could have maybe extended the wall out further to this impassable terrain and get this gold mine, as well as these trees, but he did not. He could also theoretically at least cover up, like use up this broken terrain here and have a really long wall going, and have a pretty large gold reserve. But he seems content to wall himself in there. Meanwhile, Heli has assembled a small force of skirmishers and spearmen. Skirmishers, nothing in the way of defending his base except for the watchtower, while Red is sending forth a group of archers. He doesn't know, he hasn't spotted them. Yeah, now he did, and Heli hasn't spotted them. Yeah, they both weren't paying attention to their own to their own units. But there's a watchtower with walls as well. Oh. I've watched a bit of Age of Empires 2 multiplayer matches. I don't think I've seen people do this, or maybe I wasn't paying attention, but he went and built a wall, a palisade wall around the watchtower to stop these melee units from attacking it directly. So they have to go, it's like giving extra hit points to the tower just for the extra deterrence, you know, like if it wasn't enough. And he's also placed an outpost here overlooking the mining camp. Okay, really smart. So he's at least maintaining some level of visibility, like early warning on the map. Okay, that's interesting to see. Curious to see how this unfolds. I want to do this from... So, Pick is constantly getting housed. Or he's constantly housed. I don't know what's up with that. Is he just forgetting about it? Or he's just deliberately not spending the wooden houses? But he might as well, unless he really needs them for all the archers. He's also building a... He's building his own, like, quarry camp or whatever here. This little exclave, like a sort of colony. That's funny. Okay. I'm curious to see what other interesting stuff Red is gonna do. Red, according to the game, Red is significantly behind points wise, but Red also has some very interesting ideas, if I do say so myself. While Bishop Minton has arrived in the Castle Age, I forgot to mention that. So he might just step up his game with some castles. Maybe that was his idea. Just forget the walls and everything. We're just gonna rush Castle Age, and I'll get my castle. Yeah, it's coming up. I'll just rely on the castle for defense. I'm curious to see how these two different playstyles, like how they interact with each other once things really reach a faster tempo. And Pick has arrived at the Castle Age, and I want to see where he's gonna plop down his castle. Is he gonna use it offensively, or is he gonna form another colony with it, or is he gonna plop it down within his base? Does he even have any stone though? Was he gathering any stone? He has stone here. Did he have something? He has another stone pile. But I don't think he has... Let me... I could literally just change my perspective. He has only 84. It's gonna be a while unless he diverts a lot of villagers to stone gathering, which he seems to be doing. It's gonna take a while to get there. He's building up his military. He's gone for crossbowmen and pikemen. Yeah, he has a lot. There's a lot of idle villagers here. Like it makes my idle villager problem look not bad in comparison. Let's check Heli. I want to see what Heli. He has like one idle villager. Yeah, Heli is definitely managing his. He's managing his villagers better. Significantly better. They're all working. It's much more efficient. Pick is at 304 gold. He's about halfway there to getting enough for his castle. He's sending his military forward. I'm gonna do this from his perspective with the fog of war. And sometimes it's nice to have a bit of tension there, you know, like just see it from one player's perspective. But did someone claim a relic? I thought I heard the sound effect. I'm not sure. Yeah, we got a decent amount of pikemen, some crossbowmen. The reason I'm doing this from Red's perspective is I know Heli's playstyle, so I'm curious to see from another person's perspective. Like, I know relatively what to expect from Heli, and I don't know what to expect from Red. Well, I'm slowly learning. Interesting placement of buildings. Yeah, Red has a much better building placement than... yeah, he's definitely... It seems like he's going for the religious victory. Red has a much... That is a Husqari. Red has a much better placement of buildings, it seems, except for the walls. He could have placed his walls farther forward. But everything is playing a role here. Everything is playing a blocking role. Spearmen have made it into... never mind, they can cross. I didn't know they could cross through here. I just assumed it was impassable. There's a small gap they can sneak through there. We are getting the siege workshop very close, so it looks like Red is simultaneously going for the relics while he's being flexible, going for the relics on one side, and also making sure to keep a military advantage over Heli, like having some sort of diversion here while he's trying to get the relics, it seems. But it doesn't seem like he could get the castle construction going. But overall, yeah, he's instead opted for a defensive castle. He realizes it's more pressing at this point as economy is slowly getting bled. He had a much better placement of buildings overall, but I think the amount of idle villagers is going to come back to bite him. But at the same time, though, he's caught up in points. I'm guessing because Heli is losing a lot of units, which is slowing down his accumulation of points. I don't know how that works. Or maybe Red is just recruiting a lot more, or maybe because Red has many more buildings, and that is so sad. He was 95% of the way towards finishing that castle. That must hurt. And he can't send any villagers out because they're gonna get murdered instantly. Oh, so maybe it's a diversion. You know, they just have them attack the castle. Why not? Have them attack the castle. Maybe go for some other relics. I'm gonna turn off Fog of War and see what Heli's up to. So we got one castle here. Still the same old economy going. He hasn't done anything radically different. Going very heavy on the Husqaris. Alright, Red's pulling his forces back. I guess this attack, this raid that Heli sent has paid for itself. What is that? Four units of Husqari that have caused so much disruption for Red. And that has allowed Heli to widen the gap again. If Heli wins this, it's going to come down to the fact that his villagers have always been busy. They've never been disrupted this entire time. Scari's going on a scouting mission. He's gonna find out that there's no way around or no way through. Unless the stone mine is depleted, in which case there's gonna be a gap. Yeah, that's a lot of economic devastation, unfortunately. Heli has pulled 1,000 points nearly ahead. I don't know, Red's been very scatterbrained this fight. Like, very good building placement, but he doesn't like... And then he had some opportunities to... He really had some opportunities to disrupt Heli's economy and then level things out, but he did not. He just stood there. And now he's forced to clean up the mess over here in his base. The Huskaris have infiltrated the quarry camp. He's creating knights. He's doing his best to create knights. But I don't know if it's gonna do anything. He's got berserks. He's got a bunch of berserks and a lot of pikemen here. See how this plays out, as the boys say. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be going very pretty for Red. This is death by 1,000 cuts over here. There isn't a decisive battle. There's multiple smaller engagements going on, and Red is like slowly losing every single exchange. I'm wondering if he can do something, if he can get the relic victory or something. You got one relic, I believe. But I don't know how he's going to secure the rest of them with this... With so many hostile units roaming around. Like, if you look at it from Red's perspective, he does not know what's out here. He doesn't know where the Huskaris are. They could be approaching from any direction now. He doesn't have any outposts here, unfortunately. He probably should have built them. If there's one thing Heli doesn't have, it's siege equipment right now. So it's going to take a while to break things down. Like, he needs to concentrate his infantry, so he could have just built some outposts at least to give him some forward warning. And again, more and more idle villagers. Like, he's not doing anything to get them back to work. Holy crap. And then he's just stonewalling himself in. Reminds me of when I started playing Age of Empires with walls upon walls upon walls. Good old Age of Empires 3 days. What's he doing though? Is he going for? He has a blacksmith. He has a barracks. He doesn't have any stable, does he? He has a market. He has an archery range. Does he have a stable? Nope. He has no stable and no siege workshop. But he's gonna be needing the siege weapons at some point, I think, right? Never mind, his Huskaris are actually really good at breaking down buildings. And that's it. That's GG, Reds. Like, you have all these pikemen and Huskaris who have just infiltrated this area, and this is he's like, you know what, if the walls aren't working, you just build more of them, right? The solution is just have more walls. And then we got more Huskaris approaching from the front. GG, yeah, that's a GG. That's definitely a GG, man. There's no way. There's no way. Like, what can you even do in that scenario? Sorry, dude, but it's interesting. He had really like good, thoughtful. Like, he really thought out where his buildings were placed, and he had a very early military advantage overall, but did not capitalize. He could have probably ended the game right then and there. But if he sent his first army back, his first army into Heli's base. But I don't know if he scouted the area out. That's you know, the importance of scouting. I don't know where his scout was. He seems to have lost it. But you know, that's the power of information. He probably did not know that Heli barely had any military, or a very small one at that point. And at that point, his fate was sealed. Heli had better villager management. All of his villagers were working all the time. And GG to both players. Let me check the stats. Let me try and struggle to read the stats. That's almost double the points. Whoa, okay. The timeline. I struggle to read the timelines here. You see, they're actually pretty evenly matched. And look at this military. So in terms of military, it was okay. That's interesting. In terms of military, Vikings were much more powerful than. Okay, it didn't seem like that from my perspective. I'm guessing Huskaris don't count that much. The game doesn't. That's the problem with points. Like you don't know how much the game values a specific unit, or why it values a specific unit much more, and it could be different from practice. But yeah, they see it according to the game. They were pretty evenly matched all the way through, even though he's like, there's no military over here. But then Heli didn't have much of a military at this point either. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, you can hop onto Discord, share your replays, and I will get to them soon. And if you enjoy my work, you can support me on Patreon. I definitely appreciate that. Bye bye.